You open the previous sessions for it. So if you see guys, like in the previous session, we missed one function here. We missed one functionality called stuff. Stuff would require the column name, so if you guys see here, so it will start from the one, then it will go for the two characters, then it will replace the these characters here. Okay, this is the usage of stuff. Okay, but what is the difference between your replace and stuff? Replace will replace the character whenever it finds in the particular column. It would be replaced by the character whatever you provided in the replace function. But stuff is not like that. The particular column from particular starting position and the number of characters, it will be replaced the string whichever you have given in the stuff functionality. Okay. That is the stuff function. Let us start with this one, then two. 1 second wait. Yeah. If you see the stuff functionality, let us say here. So if you see from fourth character to the next two characters, replace the string. But if you say in the replace, what you are saying, whenever you find the string, replace with X. That is the difference between your stuff and replace. Okay. Stuff will replace the characters based on the index position and the number of characters to be replaced. But replace is like simply replacing the character by the provided character in the replace function. Okay. So that is the difference between your replace and stuff. Now let's go to what was that? Datetime functions. Okay. So you guys are able to hear me and see my screen, right? Bindu and Varprasad, are you guys able to see my screen and are able to hear me properly?
Hello, Govi.
Yes.
Your voice is not so audible. Please check once. Check.
Is it okay now?
Ah,
Okay. What percent?
hearing Govi.
Okay. What percent? Man, that is fan sound, okay. Yeah, but I couldn't hear you properly. What percent? Okay, let's see. If you guys have any doubts, just ping me or ask me in the session, okay? So now let's go to that.
Yeah, I can hear you, Govind.
Yeah, okay, what percent? Good. So let's go to data functions.
Okay.
Where is this? So no. So now, what is this current timestamp? So current timestamp will give you the what is that? It will give you the what is that accurate result set which is giving similar to your get date itself. Okay, you guys with me, right? So this is having similar functionality, and this is also like which is similar to your get date. So let us say get date. But here if you see this is a that is a function and this is also function, but this doesn't require any parentheses. Let's say this is the one. Okay, and now how you will add what is that two dates. Now let us go to date add date if date name date part date get UTC date is date. Okay, month is date times is date and these are not required. This is UTC date and not required. Date and offset is not required. Month year is required. Let us say now let's go to let us say if you want to add dates. Let us say if you want to add two dates, okay. So let's start with select date add of. If you see, it is requiring it requires how many things? Like three parameters. One is like interval, and what would be the increment or decrement value, and what would be the expression. Let us say how many columns we are having. Is there any date column inside your table employee? If you see here, yes, date effective date is there. So let us date of what I am giving is date means like dd is number of days. Let us say I am saying like 2 days to the dt effective date. If you guys see, let me show you this result set like this, then you will not get confused. So if you see, this is like 2016 9 9, and if you see, this is 2016 9 11, and this is 2016 9 19, and this is 2006 9 21. So what did we do? We have added 2 days to the particular column value, and we are getting 2 days extra over here. Okay, this is the date time functionality. Let us say if you want to what is that achieve the same result set, how you will be going, how you will be doing is like by default when you add 2, then it will be also giving same functionality. Okay, if you see, by default whenever you give additional value means like whenever you give plus plus the number of the days you want to increase, right, it will give you the, it will automatically add the number of days. You need not to do date add function over there, but it is good practice when you go with the date add of days. But here means like these two what is that queries will give us the same result set. But if you want add months, then this won't work. Here you will have to specify the months. Date add of month, comma, to, comma, dt effective date. So if you see here, this is September month, 9 9 9 9, all 9, month number is 9. But if you see here, 11th month means like November month. So all 11th month over here. So you can't achieve the same functionality by using this one. What the effective date plus 2. By default, if you have any correlate date effective date plus 2, then it will give you the same result set as date add of days. Okay, and now let us say if you want to add, if you want to add years, year number 2 and dt effective date. Yes, data. If you see here, I've added, if you see, this is my current column, and let us come here. It is here. So if you see, this is 2016 year part, and if you see here, 2018 part is there. Okay, this is the major difference between your data of year, month, and day. So what did I do? I added seconds to the particular DT effective date. Okay, these number of seconds I am adding. So if you want to add data seconds. So if you want to add data seconds, and you can go with data add ss is the function. Now let's come to the data add of, if you want to add minutes 23, sorry, mi I guess, minutes 23, let us say not 23, so 15 minutes from a DT effective date. If you see here, this is 00 hour and 00 minute, and this is also 00 minute, and if you see, this is 19:20 minute, and this is 23 hour, means like 11 p.m. 2 minutes. If you see here, 11 p.m. 17 minutes, because if you see our query, we have added 15 minutes to the DT effective date in my TBL employee column. Okay. Now let me add data of hour. 15 hours I am adding, let us say, let me add 24 hours. So it will give, go to the next day. Let us say, this should be hour. So if you see, I have added 24 hours to this particular date column. So if you see here, this is 9 and this is 10 and this is 19 and it is 20 and this is 9 and this is 10 and here 2016 September 16 and here 2016 September 17. This is 2016 September 9, but if you see here 2016 September 10 and here 16 and 17 and similar result sets. Okay, these are the major data functions. Let us say, now this is the, Now what did I cover? Second, minute, second, minute, hour I have covered. Second, minute, hour, then date, then month, then year I also covered, right? Let us say if you want a result set like if you want to add 1 week to the particular date, okay, so week I am adding 1 week to the DT effective date. Yes, date and week. This is similar result set. Now what I am doing, I am adding this is my seconds and this is my minute and this is my hour and this is my day. And now if you see date add of week, let us compare with our original date column. So if you see here date add, this is September 9 and if you see here this is September 16. So 1 week has been added to this particular column value and it has become September 16. And if you see here September 19th and if you see here this is September 26. September 9, September 16, September 16, September 23 means like 7 days has been added to this particular means like when I say 1 week has been added to the particular column value and this is your date add week. Now date add month we have seen. Let us say if you want to add quarter year, date add of what would be the quarter year? QW? No quarter, right? What Q, let us I think Q. Where is this? Yes, date add of Q, not Q. Okay. Look, if you see here, and this is in third quarter, and if you see this is in fourth quarter, because I am saying 3 months has been added to this particular date column. So if you see, this is in the month of September, but if you see here, this is in the month of December, and if you see here, this is in the month of September, and this is December, and all, if you see, all our columns are in the month of September, and all our columns, if you see the date add quarter field, all months of the particular column values are in the December month, okay, and this is year, that's it. So this is your, what is that, date add functionalities. Now let's go to date difference. So similar functionality, whatever you have applied on the date add function, you can apply same thing in date. Whatever. What I'm saying is that this right. Can I'm saying we started and ended. Oh come on, this shouldn't be the case. What is the functionality? Let us say let me add one more column. The effective date, right? Oh, where is my select start from details are no, this is employee only. So the difference, right? The effective date, let us say the DOB. Uh, what should I do? What should I do here? Table, TBL employee, yeah, DOB, okay. Okay. Now this column has been added. So let me check whether this has null value or not. Yeah. Now technically what can I do? Update my TBL employee set DOB equals to DT, okay, what is that? Date of DT effective date date of year, comma minus years, comma DT effective date as DOB. You see here. Now if you see, yep. Now date of birth column. If you see, he has born on what the 90, his year of birth is 1987. This guy is 1988, and this guy is 1981. This guy is 1986. If you see what was the logic I applied over here, means like I am having the DT effective date column here, and means like this guy is working in our company from this date, and his age is 29. Simply I am adding 29 years. Sorry, I am subtracting 29 years from the DT effective date, so that I am getting the date of birth column over here. So that is the functionality I applied over here. I've added DT date add of year. I've added negative value to the DT effective date column. Okay. A similar thing you can apply in the date add column also. So let us say now these are our positive values. Let us apply with negative values. So if you want to subtract 23 seconds, if you want to subtract 23 seconds, just put minus. Minutes, 15 minutes if you want to subtract, put minus. And hours, 24 hours if you want to subtract. And this is date add, -2. And here also, -2. These two will work similarly. Means like these two, what is that? Queries will give us a similar result set. And if you want to subtract 1 week, just put a minus number, and similar functionality would be applied for all the values. Let us see. Let me copy this one. Yeah, wait a minute. Let us comment out this, what is that, values. Now let me query whether we are getting the result or not. Yes. If you see, I subtracted 23 seconds. So sorry, not 23 seconds, some 2 seconds I guess. Yeah, not 23 seconds. If you see, this is the result set. 37 plus 23 will give you the 60 minutes, 60 seconds. 60 seconds will give you the 1 minute. This 1 minute will be added to the 23. Then it will be become as 24. When it becomes 24, and the date part of the date will be changing. When I say date part of the date, and this will become 9. So if you see here, this is our data effective date. So similar functionality, when you see data of minute, I am adding 15 minutes and negative minutes. When I say I am adding, I am subtracting 15 minutes. Okay, the same thing. If you see here, data of hour, I am subtracting 24 hours. I am subtracting 2 days. The similar functionality. These two are like same. And I am subtracting 1 week. And I am subtracting 2 months. And if you see here, I am subtracting 1 quarter. And I am subtracting 2 years from the DTF date. Let's go to the last column. Let's bring it to the front.
Hello.
Yes. Yeah, who is this?
Hello, Govind.
Yeah, Kainan.
Yeah, can we add months and seconds together? Sorry, minutes and seconds together.
Minutes and seconds together you want to add. Then you
Yeah.
would require two functions like data of minute plus data of second. Okay.
Now, actually, now we have run the total commands, right?
What was
Uh,
that?
now we have executed the all commands together, right? Adding
Correct.
month or adding year.
Correct. Correct.
But okay, that's also took change over here. Okay, okay, yeah,
Yeah, yeah. You got it right.
yeah, yeah, okay.
Okay.
So, write it individually, right? For
Yeah,
date,
I
month,
wrote
and
it in individual. Correct. So if you see, I am separating
yeah,
with a
yeah,
comma. Okay.
yeah, yeah, okay,
So
yeah,
if you want, like whatever you ask for, right?
yeah,
If you want result set like this, if you are subtracting quarter first, then you are, what is that? Oh shit. Now if you apply, no, but this won't work. You will have to do two functionalities. And this won't work. Actually, if you want to achieve, just this should be the your function. Okay, because see, you are subtracting 1 quarter from the actual DT effective date. On top of
yeah,
that, you are subtracting 2 years. Okay, so now you
yeah,
will be achieving the similar thing. Let us say dated of month, comma 1, and then dated of year, comma 2, comma DT effective date. Okay, yes, test. Yep. That's the one, right? Yep. So if you see here, no, I need DT effective date. Yes, it is there. So if you see here, if you see here, first of all, we subtracted 1 quarter from this date. So what it will become? It will become ninth month to sixth month. Okay. Then on top of this, we have subtracted 2 years. So then what it will become? 2016, sorry, 2014, sixth month and ninth
yeah,
is the date. And if you see here, right, dated of year of 2. So we are adding 2 years to the 2 years to this column. So what it will become? 2018. Then on top of that result set, we are adding 1 month. So now it will become 2006, sorry, 18, 10, because first result set will give us the 2016 A, what that 9, 9 on top, means like this result set will give us the 2016 9, 9. On top of this we are adding 1 month. So it will become 2008, what is that? So this will give us 2018 0909. On top of this result set, we are adding one more month. So what it will do? It will become 1 month it will add, so it will be giving us the 2018-10. Okay, so that is the result set. Do you have any other doubt?
No, no.
Okay. Let me go to the difference now. Date difference. Date diff. Date diff, what it will check? It will check first what is the date part. Means like what is the date part. Let us say PD. Okay. Then what is the one more thing. In the data add, I think I missed DD dates, number of days I am adding it. Okay. Day of the year also I can use. So there is some other functionality. One is like day of the year and weekday also we can use. Okay. So week I am adding over here. If you see, okay. So select date, add. What was that I am saying? Weekday DW. Weekday. Yeah, DW. Weekday DW, comma 3, comma DD effective date. So if you see, I am adding 3 days to this one. Means like whatever weekday, now I am adding 3 days. Means like this should be the day of the week, and on top of the day of the week, I am adding 3 days. As day and day of the week. And what else I missed? Day of the week, weekday I covered, and DD I covered, right? Yep. Now DD, day of number of days. Now what I'm adding? Day of the year. Day of the year. Okay, DY. Now what would be the like call? Let me put here date. So let's see what it is. You see, I am adding day of the year. I am adding 12 days. I am adding 12 days. Means like what I am telling to the system is bring the day of the year from this particular column. On top of that, add 12 days. Okay, which is similar to your date add of DD itself, but it is like on top of day of the week. Means like bring the day of the week part. Then on top of that, if you want to add, and this would be the functionality, and this is like on top of day of the year. If you want, you can go ahead like this. Data, what is this? Date of the year. Okay. Now these two also covered. And what else? If I miss anything, just let me know. So what? No. This shouldn't be here. This should be data of DW and data DD. There's the week, there's the year. Cool. Now let us go to the date effective date. I am telling to the system like I am applying date diff functionality. Date diff of what it would expect is like it would expect three parameters. One is the value, and the second one is the start date, and the third one is the end date. Let us say one, sorry, what is that? I could say like year, or yeah, year. So this would be like year. Now what would be my start date? DOB, and what would be my end date? Duty effective date as date is year. Why? Yeah, DOB will work. Would work. So if you see, wait a minute. Date effective date, command DOB also I would require here because we want to check the values whether it is. So if you see 1987 to 2016, how many years? This is 29 years. And the 19, what is that? 88, and this date effective date is this is 2016. What was the difference? What is the difference? 28 years. And if you see here 1981 and this is 2016, 35 years. And you could go date of year like this. Okay. Now the similar function fail. Let us say date of date of, let me go to quarter comma same DOB comma DD effective date. So how many number of quarters? Let us say per year we will be having how many number of quarters? 4 quarters, right? So how many number of quarters? The difference between your these two dates. Let us say starting date is this and your ending date is this. Simply you can say multiply by 4. Okay, it would work. Now let's come to quarter. Then yeah, let me follow this in order. Date before, what would be that other thing? Year, then quarter, then let me go to month. Month, DOB, comma, same functionality. Yes, date is months. Right, months. So if you see here, this is like from this month to this month. Sorry, let me. So this is my DOP column and this is my DT effective date column. Means like the person who has joined in our company is DT effective date. Let us say how many months be difference between his DOP and DT effective date will be giving like this. Okay, this many months, this many months, and this many months. I could say like this date of quarter into 3, and you would be getting the months. Or 29 into 12, you would be getting the months. Okay, and now what else? Date of month, year, quarter is done. Now let us come to same function. Date of the comma DOB. DOB date of this. You see, these are the number of days. Okay, it would consider the leap year days also. Means like if the leap year is having 365 or 364, 365, the remaining is like how many days? And if the leap year will be having 1 day less than, right? So sorry, 1 day more, right? It would be having 29 days, so 366 days will be there. So it would contain all the leap years between, means like if the how many leap years will be coming between these 2 days, and it will be adding those 1 day to those leap years. and it would be giving the number of days difference between these two dates. When I said difference between these two days, literally it will give means like from current day to that day, how many days were there in between these two dates. Okay, this would be the same. And now let us say date, diff of week, DOB, comma, DT effective date. Yes, the diff week. So these many number of weeks between these two dates. So similar as I said, if you want to calculate in hours, date of what is that hour, right? Hour, comma, if you want to calculate hours, these many hours is the difference between these two dates. And let us say, let's go to minutes. Okay, these are the number of minutes difference between these two dates. And now let us come to seconds. Now, where is this? Come on. So if you see here, these are the number of seconds between these two days. You could go with microsecond, sorry, millisecond and nanosecond also. That's not required if you want. Guys, like practice. Okay. So what else is there? Now the diff is over. So date name. What is this date name? This date name will give us a string. Date name of what? Did he have to date? Why? Date name, what it is requiring. Date what expression and where the yeah, come on. Date, come on. So this is like what is the date? If you see here 9, 19, what is that 9, 16, 9, 16, 9, 23, 24, and you would be getting the day of that particular date column. And this is what date name. Let us go to date name. Let me comment all these things. Yes, date name, date name, date. Let's go to date name of month. So if you see, wait a minute. So if you see, it is giving September, 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 September. If you see here, forget about DOB and consider this column because we are what is that applying date name on this particular. What is that? This one, this column. So if you see here, this is 9 September month, September month, September month. All are September month. That's why it is giving that giving us a September month. So let's go to year, comma, date. So if you see 253 it is giving. So why 253 is giving? So that it is calculating the date, year difference between today's date and what is this? Let me get. Why this is giving 263 and why this is giving 253 and 90. This one of year, right? So this is the number of the day in that particular year. So let me get, okay, 2016 01 01. So it should be 1, okay. And if you see here 1201, then it should be 336, okay. If you see here 31, then it should be 365. So 366 because it is leap year. Okay, good. So what it is giving? Date name of y comma date effective date. So day of the year it is giving. Okay, if you see day of the year, it would be giving date name of y and date effective date, and what it is giving is like day of the year. When I say day of the year, from year starting date to today's date. How many days difference between today's date and starting date of the year. And now what else? Same quarter and all those things you can apply. So just apply the remaining parts. Now let's go to date part functionality. Sorry, we have already date part of interval. What is the interval? Let us say DD, and let me go with DD effective date part of DD. When I say DD, day of that particular month. So if you see here, date part of the day is 9, 19, 9, 16, 9, 16, 9, 23, 24. And you could see the similar thing over here also. And let's say date part of hour. And you could see the same thing. And this is 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, and this is 23rd hour, and this is 19th hour. And if you want to see some noise. So let's say date part of hour. What is this? This is month. Date part month. Then you can say like all these are under September 9 and this is September. So month number will be given. And now date part of year, comma, same thing. If you see here, the date part of the year is giving us a similar result set. So similar functionalities, let us say this is giving particular week. When I say week of the year, okay, it is giving week of the year. So this should be week. And now what else you want? Date part of day of the year. So if you see, this is date part of day of the year, 253 to 63, and which is similar to your date name of YY effective date. Okay, and this is similar to your date part of DY effective date, date part of your year of this is so. But what is the difference between date part of DD comma DT effective date, and what is the difference between date part of DY comma DT effective date? So your DD date part of DD would be giving you the date of this particular month. But if you say DY, it would be calculating day of the year. Okay, this is day of the month. And the similar thing, if you go with date part of quarter, what else did he effective date? Yes, date part of the year quarter. Let's say where it is. This has come to the means that all the September months are falling in the third quarter because 3 into 3 9. So that's why it has become what is the third quarter. If it is October month, then it will be in fourth quarter. So from October to December, it would be in fourth quarter. So how these quarters will be calculated? This is based on your calendar year. This is not based on your fiscal calendar. This is based on your calendar. Okay. And now what else? Get date, you know the get date. And what is this get UTC date? So let us say where you will use this get UTC date. Let us say you are maintaining the system. Okay, so you are maintaining the system, which is means like one of your server is in one of your server is in Canada, and one of your server is in India, and one of your server is in Australia. So let us say whenever you are doing an audit logging, then if you are saying like get date, means like there your audit column is having date time column, and that date time insert into that date time column, what you are doing is like you are using get date. So what it will do? It will insert the get date which is specific to that particular system. So that system is residing between what is that system is residing in the Canada time zone. So based on the Canada time zone, it would be giving you the get date of that particular time zone. Let us say the another system is sitting in where what was that? Australia. So what it would be giving? The get date column is specific to the Australia time zone. Then that time zone get date would be your inserting. And I am the person who is sitting in India, and I am checking all the logs, means like audit logs, whatever date it has been inserted. Because I don't want to check whether this server is sitting in Canada or this server is sitting in US, because I am least bothered about where the server is sitting, but I am bothered about the date time when the log has come to my system. So if I see, I could find some date discrepancies between these two servers timestamps, because one of the server is falling under Canada time zone and another server is falling under Australia time zone. Whenever the servers are what is that accepting their respective time zone date time values into my particular column, then I would be seeing some date difference between these two date times. So there should be some date discrepancies. So in this case, how you would achieve, means like how you would maintain the same timestamp across all the locations wherever your servers are sitting. Okay, then in that case, you would be going with UTC time. So UTC. So let us say my server is sitting at Canada, and I would be getting the what is the current time. So my current time is what is that? 8:20 a.m. in India, and where I am sitting is like I am sitting in, if you see, Chennai, Kolkata, Mumbai and New Delhi. This is my UTC plus 530. And let us say if you want, what is that UTC? my actual UTC is Edinburgh, Lisbon, London. Okay, you see here this is 8:18, new date time 3:49. Where is my UTC? 2:49. This is Monrovia and this is the another country. So if you see here 2:48:26 and if you see here 2:49 a.m. So let me execute this timestamp. 2:49 and this if you see the current time is 2:49. Okay, and means like this is the time zone. It will follow across the servers, sorry, across the locations where the servers are sitting. Let us say I am sitting in what is that in India and my time is now to October 28 2016 and 19 a.m. Let us say Warprasad is sitting in Australia and his time zone will be some different, and Suresh is sitting in some what is that Canada location and his time zone is different. So now if I want to club all these time zones, like let us if I want to bring all the time zones into the same line, then what would be the what is that what would be the yeah, what would be the solution to bring all the time zones into the single line? So I would be going with UTC, UTC get UTC date. Okay, so this would help you whenever you want to maintain the same timestamp across all the time zones in the audit log purpose. Means like UTC date, wherever you want, you can use it. So it will give you the UTC timestamp irrespective to the your service, so sorry, server location timestamp. Okay, and now each date. If you see is number, is character, like that functions we have seen, right? This would be giving you the each date. Let us say, each date. What it will be returning? The each date function would require one parameter. Let me check. This is the one. So if it is a date time column, then it would return 1. Otherwise, it will return 0. So date, each date. So if you say each date, because all these are date times. Let me say like select each date of X. I am checking whether this value is date time format, valid date time format or not. What it would say? It would be giving me 0. When do you use this each date functionality? Okay, the one of the utility or one of the scenario which I seen in while Excel file loading into your what was that SQL Server system, right? Some of the columns will be set. The date time format is date, month, year, and some of the columns of the date time property will be set as month, date, year. So some of when I say some of the columns, so if you see here 10/28 2016 I would be getting, and in some of the columns 28/10/2016 I would be getting. But if you see select, let me go to new query, select the date. What it is given 2016 10/28, right? So let me select each date of yes, because it has set year month date, so day month year. So now let me check the format and the I am setting the format as month day year. Now if I check one, no, it would be giving, it would be giving, it would be giving. But the problem when it comes is select instead of 10 by 21, sorry, 21 by 2016. 1 yes, 21 by 10 2016. You see, this is 0 because my what is that? This date and format I have set to month, day and year. If you see here, month, day and year. And if I check whether this is a valid date and format, and it is saying yes. Let us say my server property has been set to DMY. And wait, let me what is it? Copy these results at all here. So this code already and this code over here. Okay, let me execute this one first. So what I am telling to the system, whenever you have any date column field, then you should check for the date time format should satisfy like this. That should be start with M means month, then date, then year. So month, date, year. So if I check each date of this one, whether this is a valid date time format. So if you see here, this is giving 1. So what my system is telling, what is that? Yeah, this is 1, so it is valid data format. I am giving means like one of my Excel other Excel column is coming as like this 21/10/2016. So this is also valid data format. So let us say I am working for Australian client. Australian people will give me data format is like this, and US people will give me data format is like this. But at the end of the day, I should validate these two data formats and I should convert to my local system format. Okay. So in this case, you would be using use date functionality, and on based on the use date functionality, you would convert whatever format if you want. So if you see, this is not valid date format according to the current system format. So now let us execute this functionality. If you see here, this is I am setting means like I am setting my this query session property as like, so see boss, whenever you get a date time column, so that date time column should follow the following structure means like following format. That should be start with the date, then it would go ahead with the month, then it should be end with year. So if you see here, what I am telling to the system, 21/10/2016. So 21/10/2016, it is a valid format. That's why it is saying. So it has started with the date. Date can be what is that, greater than 12, right? If I give what is that, less than 12, then when I say less than 12, it is not means that the month value should not exceed 12. Okay. So that's why it is giving. So that's why it is executing. So if you see here 10, which is less than or equal to 12. So this is a valid date time format, and if you see my month value is 21, which is failing, so which is greater than 12, so that's why it is failing in this scenario. So this is the each date functionality. So when I say each date functionality, this is one of the scenario where you can use. Okay, and each date is like whether the provided column is satisfying the date time, any date time. When I say any date time, it is falling under small date time or what is the date time or date time to any date time. Okay. If it is falling under the date time property, when I say date time property, date time data set, sorry, data type, then it would give you the 1 as the result set. Otherwise, it would be giving you 0. Now, let me copy this also here. Now, but when you execute, right, execute it in another window, because if you execute this query after execution this query, and if you execute this query, then my I have set it as like DMY, right? In some of the columns it may not work. So now let us go to month and year. These are like most important thing. If you want to check what is the month of the, get it. So 10. So the similar functionality you can achieve it through date part of month comma get date 10. So it would be giving you it would be giving you the month. Means like it would require only one parameter. This is very much handy. When the compiler looks for one parameter, then that's it. It will go and it will look for one parameter, and based on the one parameter, it would be giving you the result set as faster. If you use state part, then it would be required two parameters, and these two parameters it will get what that look, then it will give you the result set. This is faster than this. So the similar functionality, if you see year of get date and date part of year comma get date. If you see here, similar thing. So this is your month, date, what is that? What else? Okay. These all are your codes. Okay. No problem, no problem. No. Cool. So these are your daytime functions. So tomorrow, what? Wait. Do you guys have any doubts?
Yeah, no.
So what have been do? Do you guys have any doubts? So I guess you guys don't have any doubts.